Namaste friends. I had posted a video on hiring of vehicles last year which was highly appreciated by you. However, in the last 1 year, JM has changed a lot of features in the hiring of vehicles category. Lot of friends had suggested me to make a new video in the new category. Accordingly, I have made a video in the new monthly cab and taxi hiring. Hope this will be very helpful to you. In near future, I'll also upload a video on how to make a custom bid in JM. Please subscribe my channel for more such videos in future.
Go to vehicle hiring service. You will find monthly basis cab and taxi hiring and short-term cab and taxi hiring services. For regular requirement, you should go for monthly basis cab and taxi hiring services. Before you proceed, please go to the service level agreement and see the terms and conditions. This is very helpful while you decide the case. It gives the definitions of hatchback, sedan, premier sedans, SUV and all, and you will find other details like how outstation and local travel will be considered, then how to calculate the extra per kilometer charges and extra hour charges, then service obligations. It will be from service providers obligations and buyer obligation, and there will be how to maintain the logbook and penalty clauses. You can see that for normal working, whatever penalties are required, it is mentioned here. You can terminate the contract even after the third instance of any default. So please go through this to have a better understanding of the contract. Now when you start, please give a date which is more possibly you will start from. However, it doesn't matter. Even if there is a delay during the end of the contract stage, you can put another date. There is no issue. So you can give any time. So basically I am giving say 1 year something, and you give duration in month as 12. Now go for bidding. You can also go for direct purchase, direct L1 purchase if the value is less than 5 lakhs. Then select the consignee. So then vehicle type, whatever vehicle you have been sanctioned, say SUV, then usage variant. They have given some standard variants. If you want to go for a 24/7 contract, you need not have to choose them, or even you have something else sanctioned which is not satisfying these given variants, you can go for customized value and put the value like that. Suppose I am going for a 24/7 contract, so I will say 2400 kilometers, and here I will choose 24/7. So now if your requirement is such that you go more than 50 kilometers on one side, so you should choose outstation. Otherwise, if you are only working in a city, so you can go for local 24/7 also. Year of vehicle model, choose year so that your total time till the end of the contract, the vehicle should not become very bad condition. So let me select say 2020, and kilometers traveled, how many kilometers it must have traveled, I will allow up to 25,000 kilometers. Now you should add on the outstation night charges. If you are staying outside for a night, then only you should go for this. If you are going for this, just say yes. You don't have to choose these things at this moment. Now once you choose the outstation, then there will be a question whether how many estimated number of outstation you will be staying. Don't worry if you don't know exactly how many days you are staying outside. Go for some data which is normally you stay outside, say two nights per month. So now you are getting a lot of offers. So if you are seeing the SUV in the first offer is showing 10,000 rupees monthly base fare and 0.01 rupees outstation night charges. So it is very low. Don't go for this as for adding to the cart. Go to a value which is nearer or even 5% to 10% higher than your estimate value. Why I am telling this? Because whatever value you choose, that becomes the ceiling limit for procurement. As for your estimate, your requirement is around 40,000 rupees per month. So, and say you are ready to pay 150 rupees per day. So, you can select this and add to cart. You can add other types of vehicle with the same time limit or other criteria by clicking in the left hand side and putting other values. Say you want a sedan during the same period, so you can again do the same process and you can add to the existing cart, that is called bunching. You can also add other vehicle services like bus hiring, short term ambulance service, short term cab and taxi service. Now go for bidding. So you reach to the bid making process. Now you are at the specification stage and you will go to up to verify OTP and e-sign and publish. So now click here. You need to select the type of car. You can select three options. Say if you have gone for SUV, so select those SUVs which you have in your mind. Maybe if you don't want a particular model, don't select. Then select other parameters and save. Now continue. You reach to the second button, that is consignee reporting officer. You can make changes here. If you don't want, you just can say save. You go to the third stage. Now here you have to give the bid duration. See, the bid duration starts from 1 day, but for normal tendering it has to be more than 10 days. For this is given for COVID items, you can go for 1 to 9 days, selecting say 15 days. Now the bid end date is fixed after 15 days and another half an hour it will be opening. So now bid life cycle, it is the total time from the date of starting the process till you have to decide the case. So and place an order. So that is 90 days. Bid offer validity, it can go up to 80 days. So you can keep 30 days or as per your requirement. Bid to RA is not allowed in case of service contracts. Now there is a beautiful system in GEM where a time is allowed to the seller for technical clarification during technical evaluation. In normal cases, you decide a case and then all it is known to the people who have got the order. In case of GEM, they give a chance to the people who have been disqualified to represent. So if you select say 2 days, he has to represent within 2 days if he has got something to prove that his offer should not be disqualified. So this is a very good way to save you from any post contract mistakes you find. Now put the estimated value. Say you are doing a contract for 2 years, so your calculation is estimate is around 40,000 per month, so 4,80,000 per year, so it is 9,60,000. So you put that value here, save and proceed, close. So the eligibility criteria and EMD if you are taking will be based on this value. Now contract duration, say you can go up to 4 years. say you are going for a contract for 2 years. Now set minimum price for this bid. Generally for vehicle contracts you don't need it. Participant eligibility criteria, so you have to give a annual turnover, average annual turnover for 3 years. Say my contract is say 4.8 lakhs per year, so I need say 50% of this value, so I will say 2.4 lakhs would be my average annual turnover requirement. Similarly, years of past experience, 1 year of experience is required at least. And past experience of similar service, please understand, JM has got different criteria for past experience. It is 80% of the work you are asking for in one contract, 50% of two contract, or 40% of three contract. So if you want it, you can say yes. Document required from seller, yes, of course. So you will require experience criteria, then bidder turnover, and if any other thing you are asking in the certificate requested. So, and now comes, do you want to give exemption to verified MSME, startup or self-help groups? You have a order issued by Department of Expenditure. You can see it. It says you may give them some preferences if your ministry or department has issued such guideline. So let me say no in this case. And if you are saying yes, you have to give which document you want to give exemption. So say I say for MSME, I want to give the turnover exemption, something like that. Now there are some other criteria. If you are going for a very big contract, you can select these things. Otherwise, generally don't select it, because it will unnecessarily complicate your decision making process after opening of the tender. You should select the place where the farm should have a geographical presence. Say Gujarat. You can put some scope of work here if you have some particular scope of work in your mind. Otherwise, don't go for it. Least cost method based evaluation is generally not selected for vehicle hiring contracts. So now you reach EMD and PBG page. Now as per the recent orders, we should take only bid declaration. So generally you should not select EMD, it should be no. For EPBG, because the value is more than 5 lakhs, you can go for EPBG. Now you have to give your advisory bank details. Then what is the percentage? Generally we take 3% nowadays. And duration, of course, 2 months after the total contract period, say 24 plus 2, so 26 months you put. And you can put other details like who in whose name it will be issued and all. Then save. You have reached the terms and condition page. Now here there are some terms which will be required for a vehicle hiring contract. You have to go through each and every term here and select which will be beneficial for you. Like duration of the service contract may be extended up to 6 months beyond the initial contract duration. It is useful. Say add. Option clause, this is also very much required, so add it. Other terms and conditions which are generally required is service and support. You can add that availability of the farm's office in your state. This helps you in getting proper service. You can also ask for dedicated toll-free number. You add them. Then you can also select payment clause, that he should pay to his employees before claiming payment from you. So add it. There are some other criteria here. Generally for if you are asking for other forms, PBG or EMD, you can select forms of EMD. Generally these things are not required. The important part of this terms and condition is buyer added bid specific ATC. Here you can add an ATC document if you have, or you can write here what terms and conditions you want to add in addition to whatever you have already selected. So now you write what terms you want to add in the tender condition. So after adding all your terms and condition, you can update it. Now you go for submit. So you have reached to the last part of the bid making. You say I agree to the terms and condition. The bid document will be here. You can save it in your computer and you can verify OTP and publish, or you can also e-sign. So now once you say verify OTP and publish, one OTP will come to your email as well as your mobile. Now the bid has been published. You can go and check in the bids section. So all the details are available here. You can at later stage cancel bid, extend bid, and you can also edit terms. For knowing how to decide a tender case, you can follow the earlier video where I have clearly shown how to decide a tender case.